one single thing will break the siege. Remember this.
From Andor finally coming to an end, to setting up future storylines, these are new details about Star Wars Andor Season 2. Let's get started.
You came here to kill me, didn't you?
So out of all the Star Wars shows to come out on Disney Plus in 2022, Andor was the biggest surprise, in the best way possible. Critics praised the show for being thematically rich with an incredibly mature take. Thankfully for all the fans, including me, Disney renewed the series for a second and final season. Originally, Cassian's story was supposed to end with Rogue One, a Star Wars story. But now that showrunner Tony Gilroy is planning to tell the entire story, the show's fanbase is equal parts excited and nervous about what's to come their way. And we know for sure there's gonna be a second season, even if sadly it's the last one. The important question is, when and where will it be released? Well, it's clear that Andor is gonna premiere on Disney Plus, but how they plan to do that is still up in the air.
Plan works around a new man coming down. They'll replace Olaf tomorrow.
For Season 1, the first 3 episodes were all released on the same day, followed by one new episode dropping every week. Perhaps Season 2 is gonna follow that same release strategy. Of course, Disney Plus could still choose to release one new episode per week, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And while we don't have an exact release date, the series is most likely to make a return sometime in 2024. I know that sounds like it's really far away, but hey, that's how it is.
Are you in all the way?
Let's get to it.
So, how many episodes can you expect? Like the first season, Andor Season 2 will have 12 episodes. With Season 1's episodes ranging from 40 to 60 minutes long, Season 2 might follow the same pattern. To be honest, I wouldn't even mind if episodes ran for 90 minutes long. With this being the final season, there has to be so much more to the storyline that we need to know. And for one thing, I want to know who's going to be making Season 2. Word on the street is Tony Gilroy will be serving as the writer, showrunner, and executive producer for the new season. He's known for his work on the first 4 Bourne movies and Rogue One. While Beau Willimon and Dan Gilroy will return to write for the new season, a new addition in the form of Tom Bissell has been confirmed. Bissell's well known for the work he did on the Mosquito Coast. Executive producers from Season 1 like Michelle Rejwan, Kathleen Kennedy, Diego Luna, and Santa Wollenberg will all be back to wave their lightsabers to create some sci-fi magic. As for the directors, Season 2 features a brand new lineup made up of Janice Metz of True Detective fame, Alonzo from Outer Range, and Ariel Clayman of the infamous Yellow Jackets. Clayman's set to direct the first and last 3 episodes of the show. It looks like it's gonna be one hell of a season of storytelling with all these stellar directors on board. As for the cast, most of the characters from Andor Season 1 will probably be back to reprise their roles for the next installment. Diego Luna will be back in the titular role of Cassian Andor, along with Rebel spy leader Luthen Rael, portrayed by the super talented Stellan Skarsgård.
Either you're an Imperial spy, you're fronting for the person I really want to speak to, or you're the thing itself.
And what's a rebel leader without his minions? Vel, played by Faye Marzi, and Cinta, played by Verada Sethu. Now, since they all escaped the Empire's attack on Ferrix, it's safe to say these 3 will also be back. Yep, I'm talking about Cassian's friend, Bix, portrayed by Adria Ariona, Prasso by Joplin, and B2EMO, combining their efforts for one grand dubious scheme. You can probably expect to see Cassian's biggest antagonist, Dedra Meero, played by Denise Goff, and Cyril Karn, played by Kyle Soller. Besides that, we'll also be seeing the return of Mon Mothma, the politician played by Genevieve O'Reilly. But Tony Gilroy's also hinted at one possible scenario. We might even get to see prisoner Kino Loy, as portrayed by Andy Serkis, make an appearance in Season 2. That definitely makes things more exciting. Unfortunately, Nemik, Skeen, and Marva were all killed off in Season 1, so I don't think we're gonna see them again, unless they're aiming for flashback scenes.
And now I'm dead.
One particular actor who was featured in Rogue One but didn't appear in Season 1 of Andor could still make an appearance for Season 2. I'm talking about Alan Tudyk as the reprogrammed Imperial droid K2SO. Gilroy told the actor that his character is likely to appear later on in the series. And with this being the final season, can we hope to see Alan in his droid form? I sure hope so.
I'm K2SO. I'm a reprogrammed Imperial droid.
Now, Season 1 of Andor marked one of those rare times when a live-action Star Wars show was filmed in mostly real locations. You know, as compared to filming on the Volume soundstage. With the second installment currently filming in London, which is most definitely a real location, perhaps we can expect the same form of production with this new season. And it's got quite the lengthy production schedule, just when you thought you wouldn't have to wait any longer. Filming's expected to wrap up in August, which means half the year's gonna be gone before we start seeing even a hint of a trailer. Obviously, you must be thinking, what about an official storyline? Well, it looks like things are being kept on the down low for Season 2. I mean, there's no official plot synopsis that's been released so far, but I have some theories. Season 2's most likely gonna follow Cassian as he becomes an integral part of the Rebel Alliance. The show must go on, right? As for the individual cells that make up this alliance, they'll probably band together tighter than before to make sure things work out in their favor. Season 2 will expect the titular character to learn how to become a leader, and just how difficult it can be to lead and build a rebellion. Given how Andor's previous season saw Cassian finally embracing the rebels by joining hands with Luthen, I guess it makes sense as the final chapter in this story. Perhaps we're going to see a lot more emotional growth in the character too. Now, the first season of Andor took place 5 years before the Battle of Yavin, and the story was spread out across a year. But Tony Gilroy explained that Season 2 is going to be a little bit different. The structure can seem a little bit complicated, but trust me, I got you. So the entire season is going to follow 3 episode arcs, called blocks, and each block is going to take place over the course of 1 year. With 12 episodes stacked into 3 episode blocks, that's 4 years in total. See, just a bit of simple math.
You may start. That was level 1 of 3.
The last block will lead into the events of Rogue One, ending Andor the show with a neat little bow on top. Writer Beau Willimon said that they're covering 4 years of Season 2 in the same amount of time that they covered 1 year in the first season. So I guess it's definitely going to be a lot more fast-paced. Willimon claims that Tony Gilroy always had the long game picture sorted of how they'll get to the 5th year in terms of Cassian's story. But with this fresh new approach to telling a story with the evolution of time, will they be able to pull it off seamlessly? It's gonna be an interesting perspective. Gilroy has also confirmed that Yavin 4 is gonna be one of the featured locations in Season 2. While he didn't quite clarify how the planet will factor into the episodes, the fans know Yavin is the home base for the Rebel Alliance in Episode 4 A New Hope. We've also seen Yavin 4 make an appearance in Rogue One. So there you have it, folks. Those were new details about Star Wars Andor Season 2.